Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. A record amount of cocaine confiscated on St. Croix. An 18-wheeler truck almost takes out a family. We've got the exclusive. And Seabourn Airlines expands their flights to Puerto Rico. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, it seems as though it was out of a scene from Scarface. A record amount of cocaine was recovered after a routine traffic stop by the Virgin Islands Police Department last Sunday in Christiansted. A car driven by 33-year-old Miguel Pascal was stopped because of a simple violation. Pascal consented to the search, and what was found was over 228 kilograms of cocaine. Then, according to sources, federal agents raided an undisclosed property and found more amounts of cocaine there. Pascal is in federal custody and is a citizen of the Dominican Republic. And in other news, we have an update on yesterday's shootout in La Grande Princess. We now know that several students and teachers were severely traumatized from the shooting. A teacher fainted. Several students are also in shock tonight. And the two malnourished dogs that we found in that house are still alive and are fighting for their lives thanks to the staff at the St. Croix Animal Welfare Center. And also tonight, an 18-wheeler truck overturned in Mochichao a little earlier this afternoon. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this exclusive report on a family that's lucky to be alive.
All right, as you can see, we had a mishap here as this truck went on the side and looked like the neighbors had touched their fence. Here's the driver. What happened, partner?
You know, I regular next day. This is not happening. Anybody in perfect, you know.
Nobody got hurt.
No, I turned the car and the truck just turned over. That's all. Ain't nothing much.
And it was empty.
Yeah, it was empty. That's about it. Hey! Hold on.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, no harm, no foul. But the residents there do have a little bit of work to do. We're going to go over to the neighbors. Well, here's the family here, and I guess what, y'all were just kicking back watching TV?
Yes, we were.
And Happy New Year.
Sorry
about that. Well, at least y'all are smiling. I bet y'all are happy nobody got hurt.
Exactly. We are happy.
Well, what happened?
Well, he comes speeding, and I guess we've been inside, and I guess he turned the corner and hit the fence, and he went with everything.
Wow. Fortunately, none of the little ones was around.
Thank God. That's very good.
That's very good.
Yes.
Now, are you going to be compensated for this, you think?
Well, I mean, he has to pay for it.
He paid for everything.
What company is this?
I'm not sure.
But they're in contact with you and everything.
Oh, yes, they are.
And the police took a report?
Oh, yes. Very quickly.
What a way to start the new year, huh? Oh, it's a good thing this little guy wasn't there, right, Pi? Yeah! Okay, thanks a lot, folks. All right, well, you know, it is rough, but all in all, everyone's smiling. Here comes the driver again, and at least he's okay. He gives a thumbs up. Okay, you're busy. He said he might have just taken down a whole neighborhood, but he's pretty happy. He said, holla, holla. Meanwhile, WAPA's here, and the traffic enforcement's here, and people are concerned. The neighbors are all around, and fortunately, and most important, none of the little ones right there were in harm's way, because this could have been a deadly situation. All right, we're in Mochichao, a freak accident where a 15-wheeler went on its side just a few minutes ago, and as usual, News Channel 8 is all over this exclusive report. Interstate Mochichao, right across from Diageo on the Melvin Evans Highway. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes Small. Well, the students and teachers in St. Croix are not happy these days because of an unkept promise. The education complex dismissed students earlier today because of problems in the lunchroom. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the story.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. All is not well with the public school situation on St. Croix. We have problems at two schools this morning. 1 here at the complex, and I'm with James C. Howell, who is the American Federation Teachers President. He's going to talk to you about unkept promises. Also, Alfredo Andrews School, we have problems in the cafeteria as well, I understand. We just met 2 seniors who are walking home at 10 o'clock in the morning. 2 seniors, and I asked them what happened. One of them said none of his 4 teachers showed up today. Mr. Howell, what is going on? Are we looking at unkept promises again?
Yes, we are, Wes. We are looking at unkept promises. Contractually, the Department of Education was supposed to pay increments September 1. They didn't. They promised that they would have paid these increments on the end of the year, which was December. We received a letter stating that they will no longer pay the increments. The executive board of the St. Croix Federation of Teachers held an emergency meeting last week, Wednesday, and they voted to have a protest march on Martin Luther King's holiday, which is on the march is going to be on January the 17th. It will begin at the Plaza East and will go to the Island Center. This is a normal march that we are involved with and we participate with. What is going to happen differently this year, that this is going to be a protest march, and all of our members will be coming out to protest this non-payment of the increments that they were promised. What is really disturbing to us as a union and as a body of people, that these increments for the support staff is less than $4 per pay period. For the support staff, it is less than $4 per pay period. For the professionals, it is a little bit higher. It is around $69. And to tell me that children first, put children first, and children are your first priority, I find it ironic that at this time that the department can come and tell us that they don't have this salary increase. Also, the union gave a lot of concessions when they accepted this agreement 4 years ago, and now the government has come and again reneged on its promises.
I have to tell you, it's pretty disheartening because, you know, the schools, if I am a barometer on this, have been really good.
Yes.
I haven't heard any complaints. The infrastructure looks good.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, now we're falling apart again.
Yes, and I must tell the truth, the schools are doing a lot better than they did 4 years ago. There's a lot more supplies in schools when it comes to techs and computers. And when the scores are released sometime this month, you will see that there has been a drastic improvement in test scores across the territory. And teachers have been working really hard to improve these test scores and have been doing everything that they've been asked. Now we are asking the governor and the government to please pay us our increments. We shouldn't have to fight to ensure that test scores are up, fight to make sure that children come to school on time, fight to make sure that we have adequate yearly progress, and then at the end of it, we're going to fight to have our salary increase.
Well, I always say this at the end of every discrepancy, and you always frown at me and say no. Could we be seeing a strike looming in the future?
Well, according to our contract, we aren't supposed to strike. And I always say that we are a law-abiding set of individuals. The government is supposed to be law-abiding and moral. You agree to a condition, set of conditions. We agree to a set of conditions. We kept our half of the bargain, or we are keeping our half of the bargain. Now it's time for you to live up to your half of the bargain. And I can tell you the atmosphere within the schools right now is that the government hasn't lived up to their side of the bargain. Why are we living up to our side of the bargain?
Right. You know what that means, don't you? If there's no strike looming, we could definitely hear the drums beating and the horns honking and the teachers coming out in front of the schools again. History repeats itself every single year. Unkept promises from Government House. At the complex. Oh, by the way, now what are the problems here? The cafeteria is down.
No, there wouldn't be, from my understanding of it, they wouldn't be serving lunch today. And then this is another thing, we're going to have children who are not going to have lunch today because there are problems within the cafeteria. I have spoken to individuals, and this has been a problem that has been looming. But today, the children wouldn't be getting lunch today because there wouldn't be any lunch served today.
That's one. And now Alfredo Andrews, is that right?
Alfred Andrews, yes. Alfred Andrews is having the same problem with, it seemed like they had a problem over the break, where everything that was in there spoiled. And they aren't, if they're serving lunch, it's going to be a makeshift lunch.
It's interesting. I bet you there's no problems at Ricardo Richards this morning. You know why? Because over the Christmas break, we saw volunteers and teachers checking on the classrooms and the cafeteria. I believe that the staff and faculty of these schools should come in periodically and check. We've been out for 17 days, and WAPA could have tripped something and all the food spoiled. But if maintenance and people and the supervisors were checking in at the schools every day, I don't think that this would happen. But then I'm just a journalist. I'll leave the big thinking to you guys. So again, it's Martin Luther King observed birthday, where we see the unions and all the fraternities and the sororities march. Now we can see our teachers crying for their just desserts because of unkept promises, once again from Government House. Look for that. Channel 8 will be covering that parade and the protest, 10 o'clock, of course, like we always do. Mr. James Howell, if you're just joining us, your children are not being fed at the complex or Alfredo Andrews School today. That because of bad maintenance and unfair and unkept promises. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks again, Wes. And when we come back from this break, Seabourn expands their flights to Puerto Rico. Stay with us.